Hey ladies, hope you guys are doing well. I'm coming on today to show you my application, my foundation application these days, because it's completely different except for a couple of products than it used to be. Namely the Double Wear Stay in Place from Estee Lauder. And the color here is 1N1 ECRU 16. And I love this foundation. It gives me really great coverage, I think. And you know, this has other stuff on it. This is a fairly light shade for me, and then I put bronzer and stuff like that over it. But you might want to go with a darker shade for yourself, whatever you're used to and comfortable with. I do suggest going to a counter if you can, because the gal that helped me pick this out was excellent, and I don't think I would have been able to do it on my own online or something like that. So yeah, that's my suggestion. I hope it helps if you guys are looking for a new foundation. I know I've talked about tons of foundations in the past, and I still want to do an overall review because I've also been wearing the Matte Plus from Makeup Forever, and this stuff is okay, but this is like my all-time favorite right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I put it on, and let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. And for those of you who have tried it, tell me what you think of it. I want to know if this works for other skin tones and other skin types, because mine is very sensitive obviously, and I haven't had a single breakout with this stuff. I have been fairly religiously washing my face, but still, you know, those things don't always work. If you're wearing a makeup that doesn't suit your skin, you can still break out. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey y'all! Today I'm coming to do a video on the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I mentioned this in my last video, and I thought I should do an application so you guys can see the before and after, because I just love the stuff so much. So here it is again. It's the Stay in Place Makeup Estee Lauder Double Wear, and my shade 1N1 ECRU 16. Again, don't know what that means, but I like the shade a lot. So I'm going to start with my Strobe cream, and I've been using this as a base pretty regularly lately because it's been working well for me. Whatever you guys want to use, if you use one at all. Lotion works for a lot of people. So I'm just going to and let that dry. So light, ooh, so bright. Okay, so next what I do is I take the bottle and I put just a teeny bit, about a dime size amount, on my hand. So be able to see that, just a tiny bit. This stuff goes a really long way. I find I have extra a lot of the time. You can use your fingers, you know, this stuff just goes on well, I think, with any application tool, basically. This is the MAC 190. I'm using this out of convenience, basically. But I go through and I just kind of spot it. And I'm going to be going in afterwards with my concealer, because I find that this stuff has such good coverage that I end up double covering areas that I don't need to, and I waste product. So if you don't have a lot of blemishes, I would do foundation first and then go back in with concealer, so you don't waste anything. This is really a full coverage concealer. It goes on, foundation, sorry. It goes on really smoothly, and it dries in just the right amount of time to where it's not goopy for too long, not oily for too long, and it doesn't dry up on you before you can really apply it to your skin. Ooh. So hopefully you guys can see the difference. It's definitely kind of makes me look like a clown, I guess, a little bit, but it's good coverage. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that now. You know, a couple little spots around my chin and stuff, but I'll go ahead and fix those up. Well, I do use L'Oreal True Match Concealer most of the time. Lately I've been trying to use up my Makeup Forever concealer palette in number 1 because I've had it for so long. So first I'm going to go in, excuse me. First I go in with this salmon shade right here. and I use my ring finger and just kind of pat it in. And I haven't had any breakouts from using my fingers, so whatever, you know, if you have really sensitive skin to bacteria, specifically around your eyes and stuff, I would definitely use a brush. You can also take an alcohol wipe and wipe off the surface of the makeup, and it disinfects it to a certain extent. So, see, it doesn't really look salmony, but what it does is it covers up any of my dark spots, really, the purples that I find under my eyes. It's basically my whole foundation routine. So, next I'm going to go in with this second lightest shade here, press it on a little bit, and just brighten up my eyes underneath a little tiny bit. I'm patting very gently. And go in with this middle color, which is kind of an ashy color, an ashy brown, and I've found that it works really well on spots around my mouth. And I'm using my middle finger for this since I'm not in my delicate eye area anymore. And just patting it on. So, that's pretty much it for the actual foundation and concealer. It's pretty basic and it goes by pretty quickly every single day, so I can't complain. Next I'm going to go in with the MAC Prep and Prime Transparent Finishing Powder. I love this stuff. Comes in, it's just like a mineral veil or something like that. And it came out, oh gosh, I forget the name of the collection, but it came out with like the moisturized lip tint things and stuff like that, but this is a permanent item, so you can get it from their website or any place that has MAC. So I just pop a little bit in there, dust off any excess, and then I start to really softly, this is just a Sonia Kashuk big brush, and I just kind of swirl it on, and it does dust up a little bit, so try not to inhale if you're concerned about the particles. And I make sure I get my nose really well. And my test is then to kind of run my finger over my face, and if it's still a little bit sticky, I tend to put a little bit more on just because I don't want my hair or anything to stick to my face. But this stuff does dry pretty well on its own if you don't want to use a powder. Okay, and my last step for my foundation is Powderflage, which I still absolutely adore this stuff. If you guys are on the fence about buying it and have pale skin specifically, I know it works for all skin tones, but for me it really brightens up underneath my eyes and it keeps my fallout from sticking to my face. So I just put a little bit on this little brush that comes with it and kind of sweep it under. It's really, you know, it's invisible for the most part, but I love having that silky smooth feeling under your eyes. It's just a very fresh, nice feeling. And it takes away all the creasing that foundation naturally has, you know, because you open and close your eyes and stuff, so you have these little fine lines sometimes. And this just really does a good job at masking those. So there it is. I know I look really pale on camera right now, but once I put on, you know, bronzer and stuff like that, it'll get better. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys if you guys are considering buying a new foundation. I know that I've recommended, you know, the Makeup Forever HD in the past, and I still do like that stuff. It's just as far as getting a full coverage face, and especially as fall and winter are coming up, I definitely like to wear foundation more during those months to keep my skin moisturized. And so I think that this is going to be a favorite for a while, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So I believe that it retails for $40. It might be $42, but Estee Lauder, again, I think you can buy it from many different places, including Sephora. So hope you guys are all doing well, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye!